just to set the mood and set the spirit of the contemplative spirit. Then there's a talk here by John Duncan, who's sitting there in the back, on meditation 2025.0. I guess there's more to follow. And here in the mathematics classroom is the talk by Nandini Patnaik, so probably a small, and that's the is silence the absence of noise, and that room is here. At 12:15 there's lunch. At 1:45 is a panel discussion with students and teachers from the Oak Grove School. I think that will be happening here at the Student Center. That will be happening here in the Student Center, and that might be especially for those who are interested in what happens at the school, a very interesting place to come. Simultaneously, in the mathematics classroom, there's a poetry workshop by one of the Oak Grove teachers. And from 3:30 to 5, there's the state of the KFA, and that's an overview for those who are interested in what we're doing as Krishnamurti Foundation, the kind of programs, the kind of activities we do in person, online, the center, the school, an overview of what the organization is doing. I was feeling maybe it might be a good time because you're all here and you're all, of course, ready to listen to talks, or you're ready to head out and go to dialogues, or just to sit outside and meet some friends or new people and discuss your interest in the kind of questions that Krishnamurti posed. And of course, and I repeat more or less what I said yesterday, we really, it's not a religion, it's not a sect, it's not a cult, it's intended really as posing questions to the main question is, who are we? Who are we as human beings? And approaches from all angles. And I feel, and that's of course why we are here, is that Krishnamurti put fantastic, very disturbing and very interesting questions on the nature of the human psyche and the nature of humanity. So that's here. And anything goes, you know. I think it's actually very good to disagree, and it's very good to put difficult questions, and it's very good to tear the teachings apart and look at it from different angles. I think that's the intent of meeting. Groupthink is actually something we should really be worried about. So I encourage all the rebels to speak. They might not get answers, but they should speak. And at the same time also, you know, to balance that with the other side. Are you able to listen? You know, do we have space in our mind to listen to what's going on, what the other person says, or a quote that's being presented, or somebody giving a talk? Because if we're all coming already here very prejudiced or with very strong views, then there might not be any space to hear something new. And what I hope, I don't know how important that is, but what I hope that you come away from this weekend with, I discovered something new, you know, something, I've learned something. Not learned as far a new statement or a new conclusion, but just learned something about yourself. So the intention is very important. And we're here at the Oak Grove School in this beautiful campus. I think you cannot, I'm really in awe on how green it is, how well things look, how well maintained it is. And it's of course paradise for students. That's how I feel. And there's Krishnamurti in the 80s worked on the intent of the Oak Grove School. And of course, it's more or less, okay, that's the intent of the Oak Grove School, specialized to the school. But if you read it carefully, you notice actually it's not an intent of the school per se. It's actually an intent for the organization as a whole, for the educational part of the organization. And that's why I asked, before the piano starts playing, I asked Leah to read a few paragraphs from the intent for the Oak Grove School, and you will, hopefully like I did, realize that that's actually the intent of what we're trying to do as foundation with the educational part of our organization, as well as the school here, as well as the center that we have on the other side of Ojai in McAndrew Road. So please welcome Leah and have a great day.
It is becoming more and more important in a world that is destructive and degenerating that there should be a place, an oasis, where one can learn a way of living that is whole, sane, and intelligent. Education in the modern world has been concerned with the cultivation not of intelligence, but of intellect, of memory and its skills. In this process, little occurs beyond passing information from the teacher to the taught, the leader to the follower, bringing about a superficial and mechanical way of life. In this, there is little human relationship. Surely a school is a place where one learns about the totality, the wholeness of life. Academic excellence is absolutely necessary, but a school includes much more than that. It is a place where both the teacher and the taught explore not only the outer world, the world of knowledge, but also their own thinking, their behavior. From this, they begin to discover their own conditioning and how it distorts their thinking. This conditioning is the self, to which such tremendous and cruel importance is given. Freedom from conditioning and its misery begins with this awareness. It is only in such freedom that true learning can take place. In this school, it is the responsibility of the teacher to sustain with the student a careful exploration into the implications of conditioning and thus end it. A school is a place where one learns the importance of knowledge and its limitations. It is a place where one learns to observe the world, not from any particular point of view or conclusion. One learns to look at the whole of man's endeavor, his search for beauty, his search for truth, and a way of living without conflict. Conflict is the very essence of violence. So far, education has not been concerned with this, but in this school, our intent is to understand actuality and its action without any preconceived ideals, theories, or belief, which bring about a contradictory attitude towards existence. Now I'd like to welcome Zikuan Zhao. He's our talented pianist who flew over from New York last minute, and we're very appreciative and grateful that someone as skilled and just as talented as he can make it here and infuse his own sensitivity and perspective on music and Krishnamurti and observation here with us at this gathering. Thank you.
Good morning, guys. Yeah. So today I'm going to perform two short pieces, both composed by contemporary Japanese composer. The first piece is called Innocence by Jun Hasashi. It's originally composed for the film called Castle in the Sky. It portrays the pure love between two young people, also their ideal of peace. And the second piece is composed by Ryuichi Sakamoto. It's a theme music from the film called Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence, which tells the story of a deep brotherhood between a Japanese officer and a British officer during the World War II on a Pacific island. To me, I think it reflects a kind of love born from the merging of Eastern and Western cultures in the individual level in the conflict, as each of us are the world and we are creating the world at every moment. So those two pieces show how love can take different forms depending on the context, yet at its core it remains the same pure, profound energy. And that's what I hope to express through my performance and music. Thank you guys very much for coming. It's really my pleasure and my honor to be in here and share music with everyone. And I really enjoy the time here. Thank you guys.